Man, get up here in the Loft and get your head right.
Hey, what's up? And welcome to the Loft. Man, I just saw this video by some dude named Matthew Cooke.
I think it's Cooke, so.
Whatever. Now, to anybody who thinks that what this dude had to say was valid or of any value, is why a person could sell a banana duct taped to a wall for over $100,000. This dude claims that every Republican needs to hear his message. Okay, and well, you know what? Every Republican who did hear that message deserves a peace prize for not shooting up your home for this super insulting crap to anybody's intelligence. I mean, you know, being that we Republicans are these NRA gun nuts that are so eager to go bust a crazy amount of caps in folks. And I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but Matthew didn't seem to be too worried about that. Because even he knows, and just proved to you, that's not how we are. He knows that deep down in his shallowness that that's a bunch of propaganda of prejudice. And the actual perpetrators of mass murder are in his left-wing camp. But this dude delivers the doo-doo right when you hit click, man. He makes the claim that all this technology that we have was created by the government, like the microchip. Man, the government didn't make the microchip. Non-government companies did that. Our government doesn't own Siemens AG or Bell Labs or Fairchild or Sprague Electric. The government contracts with these companies, yeah. But the government isn't the creator of the products. But you're just proving that in your world, you want the government to be the owners of industry. Because when the government owns industry, it owns the fruits of the industry, which means it also owns the sowers. And dude, the stuff that you're talking about was pretty much made for our defense forces. You know, so our evil American government can invade other countries with colonialism and imperialism. Remember that stuff that you liberals are always accusing America of? While you brag and give credit to the American government and want more of it? Wow, man, and you get a cheap thrill out of thinking you're educating somebody. Man, y'all are consistently inconsistent. He also tries to rebuke us for saying that Democrats just want free stuff. Man, you Democrats are the ones who say that yourself. That's always been y'all. Democrats are the ones who fought to keep slavery legal. Why? Because they want free stuff. This ain't some new Democrat party bent on socialism. Democrats have always felt entitled to the fruits of somebody else's labor. Y'all want free education while listening to these mind-molesting professors who are the exact reason why your tuition is so high. And these professors are looking to make even more money, honey, with this so-called free education. When they force more money from you through taxes when you get that nice prestigious job you wanted. Maybe you might have noticed that you're encouraged to despise the wealthy and that you're entitled to what they worked for. And when you get your little degree and you go get that job that's gonna make you wealthy, the students that are gonna be coming up behind you are gonna be taught to hate you and taught that they're entitled to what you worked for. I'll remind these knuckleheads who want a free education to get a high-paying job, what do you need a high-paying job for when you want everything to be free? You want a free education, and you're most likely gonna want a free education for your kids someday. That is, of course, if you don't abort them, and you're gonna want the abortion services to be free too, as another form of birth control. You know, that stuff that y'all want for free. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Abortion to y'all is healthcare. Yeah, whatever. You want healthcare for free too. This dude thinks he's entitled to water. Man, if you want free water, you take your behind down to a water source, you lug it yourself, you store it yourself, and you clean it yourself. That's right, man. You make it suitable for consumption yourself and dispose of it yourself. Of course, water's free, man, yeah. But piping it to your home in a manner where it's consumable ain't. But you're a slave-promoting, entitlement-minded Democrat. You think you're entitled to people laboring for free to bring you this aqua service. And if you think that you're a good person because you submit a third of your income to the government, then you're even more foolish than your other ideas show you to be. Then this dude goes on to further stoke the flames of classism, being the covetous crusader of communism that he is. He targets the wealth of people like Trump as he oozes with envy and covetousness. Don't forget covetousness. It's not fair that they're so rich and everybody should have some of it. There's a word for spreading the wealth, y'all. It's called covetousness. This dude is a sad yet prime example of poisonous pandering. This dude is rich himself, yet suckering you to hate others who are rich. You know, that way you'll feel more happy and comfortable to spend more money on his crap to make him wealthy. Remember, y'all, the cheapest and easiest way to get people to trust you is by making them distrust someone else. It worked great for the devil. Man, it's tragic that people fall for this eat the rich crap. Now, y'all, let me tell you the truth about eating the rich. Y'all, the folks out there who are saying when there's nothing left to eat, we gonna eat the rich. You are deeply, deeply mistaken. The last thing you eat ain't gonna be the rich. The last thing you eat will be the poor. You will eat yourselves. If you eat the rich, who you gonna get a job from? Who gonna pay you? Is it gonna be the state that you foolishly gave all your power to? This dude wants to lecture us about democracy. Hey, we're a republic, man. Our God-given inalienable rights are spelled out, and that's the rule of the land. But in this democracy that you want to force on us, you want to be able to vote away what people actually have a right to. You know, to satisfy what you think you're entitled to. This dude brings up the criminal justice system. You mean that justice system that's festered with Democrats? Yeah, it's a criminal justice system, all right. Then he tries to downplay the Electoral College over some silly BS that it was established by slaveholders. Look here, man. Try to listen to yourself. If you really have an unforgiving beef with slaveholders, then you should have nothing to do with the Democrat Party. He says that the Constitution needs a rewrite. Nah, dude, you need to relocate. Don't be fooled by this dude, y'all. This is not some new Democrat Party. They are the same. The Constitution needs a rewrite? Well, guess what, y'all? The Democrats that established the Confederacy said the exact same thing and then did it. And y'all, I gotta keep repeating this stuff because they keep trying to deceive people with this stuff. He is flat out telling you what the Democrat Party is all about. The Democrats did make a rewrite of the Constitution. It was the Constitution of the Confederate States. And with allegiance to that Constitution, the Democrats went to war against the U.S. Constitution. You get an idea what happens when Democrats get their way and rewrite stuff? They felt entitled to the fruits of somebody else's labor in the 1800s. Their mindset is the same today. Like I said, y'all, the Democrats' objective is the same today. Destroy the U.S. Constitution. They wanted to destroy it in the Civil War, the Confederate Constitution against the U.S. Constitution, and they still want to rewrite it to this very day. And as Democrats, they want to replace the republic with a democracy. You know, where it's two wolves and a sheep voting on who's going to be dinner. This politically and historically dyslexic nut is saying that they beat us in the Civil War. Wow, dude. No. The Republican Party was founded to abolish slavery, and the Democrat Party demanded to keep slavery legal. And the Democrats represented the Confederacy. And guess what? Y'all lost. Man, I actually feel kind of sorry for this political tranny who's just confused about what party represents what, as the so-called non-binary person is on what they're supposed to be with. He says we beat you in the World War II theaters. What, you mean against the Nazis? You mean the party with the same anti-Semitic socialist policies as you Democrats want? You Democrats who founded the Jew-hating KKK? And who to this very day still side with Muslims over Israel? This dude claims that we Republicans worship money. Dude, not much says worshiping money like demanding the so-called right to take it from somebody else. But you think Republicans just want the riches for themselves and want other people to be poor, which is dumb to like the third power dumb. Look here, man. Republicans want everybody to have money. Wanna know why? Because we want them to be able to afford to buy our stuff. Democrats, however, are dependent on the poor, being dependents. Democrats depend on people being suckers for pandering. They need the poor to be poor so they can vote them into office, so they can feed on them for power, baiting them with empty promises and slander. This dude is trying to admonish people for their wealth. Man, even Jesus told Judas to mind his own business concerning somebody else's property and called Judas out on not even really caring about the poor as he posed himself to be. Just like this modern day Judas, Matthew Cooke. And speaking of which, This dude has the nerve to lecture us about idolatry while assuming to put Jesus on the same level as Moses and Mohamed. Dude, that in itself is idolatry. As you assume to show respect to some Jesus figure that you don't even acknowledge as uniquely the high priest and king and supreme judge of the world. He has no equal, man. He's not on equal messenger footing with Muhammad. You put Jesus in the same boat as Muhammad, as God's messengers? Muhammad is not a messenger of God, man. But you Democrats think that all gods are the same. See, that is idolatry, shaping a God in your own mind against what Jesus told you about himself. Man, you ain't even close to know what you're talking about concerning Jesus and telling us that we love a fabric flag over humans. Meanwhile, Democrats demand the so-called right to kill prenatal kids. Oh, and matter of fact, it's postnatal now. You want to accuse us of idolatry. Meanwhile, you Democrats, like Bernie Sanders, say that abortions are necessary to save the planet. Ergo, sacrifice your children for the goddess Earth. That's idol worship, dude. And then, in the spirit of Greta Thunberg, he says, "How dare you?" As he claims that we dare to invoke the name of God and his messengers. And like I said, Muhammad ain't God's messenger. You go ahead and try to prove that. But they think it's all the same God, man. Yeah, like the same God is gonna give two different messengers like Jesus and Muhammad two different messages. Really now? Man, I wish you would come at me with this perverted religious mind rot you're trying to sucker people with. Come see me. Come see me, man. Let's talk about idolatry and violating the commandment to not take the Lord's name in vain. Since you're so in favor of somebody getting an education, well, you come and get you one. You want to lecture us about the poor while invoking the name of Jesus. Jesus, who himself said the poor will always be with us. Why? Because of people like you, who poisons their minds with what keeps them as poor ballot cattle like today. You're a modern example of the dynamics that keep people poor. You're a Pied Piper that helps to keep people as a perpetual voting stock for the Democrat Party, whom they use to feed on for power. You're one of their ministers with a mouthful of mendacity, serving your masters, or should I say, master, as it is the devil, as you promote false accusations, prejudice, and slander. You are of your father the devil, man, and the sins of your father you will do. As it just so happens that Satan's name means the accuser, the slanderer, which you seem to have a nasty habit of doing. And it's classic accusing slanderers like you who rely on accusing others to get others to trust you by default. It's the same thing that the serpent in the Garden of Eden did. He caused his target to distrust God so that they would trust him instead. You are the same. Now, I doubt very seriously that Matt will see this because he's also very backwards on who's getting drowned on the internet. He insultingly includes us black folk as his brothers, while his rich Democrat white privilege overlords keep their cyber boots on my neck to keep me silent. And they do not want the people that he's trying to sucker to see my videos because the Democrats want to keep control over them and brain chained to their narrative. He'll get the reward of over 4 million views for lying to people and keeping them in lockstep with the spell of slander, like a good little witch. But this dude delivers the doo-doo right when you hit click, man.